So there's a German woman that's been going viral recently, the past day and a half. And she is saying that American women are no competition in dating and marriage. And we need to see and break down if this is actually true. Maybe some of you guys have anecdotal um, evidence in your own lives that you can draw back to. But nonetheless, let's get into this, man. Let's let her do all the talking.
Simply no competition out there for me, but let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition. Back then, boyfriend really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially Black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that? And back then, boyfriend really thought this was a out there for me.
So that is the premise. That is what has people outraged. Now, it says Black women, but really what she's talking about is American women, because a lot of American women, period, have this kind of mindset. And I'm not saying all, but there's a good enough amount to where you need to be worried about it. So let's get into where the haters are, and then we'll go back and then break down the video word by word and see if she's telling the truth. But let's examine what the haters have to say.
Chick, what's up with the German chick wanting to come for the sisters? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, I don't even want to call you sis. I can't call you sis because you're the enemy. You're the TikTok enemy. Okay, German lady, let me just tell you one thing, and I'm not gonna say much more than this. Never have I ever, and when I say never have I ever, never have I ever heard of anyone referring to German chicks as feminine. So you can cut all that noise out about trying to compare yourself to Black women, because Black women may have some controversy when it comes to brothers, but you ain't in this. Okay, this is family business and it has nothing to do with you. And honestly, I don't care what anybody says. You are not at the top of the totem pole when it comes to femininity. So you might as well get to the back of the bus, sis, and just shut your mouth and keep it moving. Now, if you found you a brother, that's fine. But Fraulein, chill out.
Mm. 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 They squabbling out there in now. They squabbling. Check this woman out. Let's see what she got to say. Let's refresh the page right fast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, you guys.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new.
So smacking.
the little German bitch, right? She was
Called her a
talking
bitch.
shit. And I ain't got nothing against German bitches. I don't fuck the German bitch before, so she cool, she cool.
Oh,
But I'm
hold
just
on.
saying though, bitches like that one who talking about she in competition with black women. It's like, yo, you the reason why a lot of mixed people got an identity crisis and shit. I'm telling you, them be the type of mamas who be having their little biracial kids fucked up and shit, man. And my thing is, like I say, if you don't talk shit, talk it right. She talking about like, oh, she the average black man. I guess that's what he's getting. It's like, and she talking about how she raised, right? It's like, yo, if you getting black man, why you can't get a black man who can afford a maid and a chef? Because you got black men who can. Why you getting that type, bitch? Because if you talking that competition shit,
Damn.
I would think you would want the best of the best. So why would you get a motherfucker like the ones you described? Why you can't get the best of the best? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna talk shit, talk it right. What the bitch was saying didn't make any sense. I'm like, what? Just talking out her ass. It's like, come on. And why you can't get your men? Why you can't get the motherfuckers who come from the background you come from? But you going to another motherfucker. I wonder why. And it's a
She could
certain
have a
type,
preference.
like she said, that she get the one who ain't got it like that.
I we get it. We get it. I mean, she could. The German woman could just have a preference. It happens. It's black dudes that have a preference for white women. It go both ways. So, what do you guys think? Do you think this woman, this German woman, is cooking with hot fish grease, or do you think this is something else? I think this is just a scrap. She really didn't say anything about um, out of the ordinary that was extremely wrong, in my opinion. So let's go over this video one more time. Oh shit, my bad. My bad.
Really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him.
I know some black dudes that have been through that. Personally, I haven't, but I know some black dudes that get treated by like crap by their mamas and by their family members.
You know, like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially Black American family, has barely a family unit. You know,
That's statistically proven. A lot of us come from broken households. Facts. That's why the gang culture is so prevalent in our communities, is because they're looking for masculinity that they never got from a father.
there is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to.
Facts. If you never been on a schedule, never had, if you always struggling, you're not gonna have the proper meals. This is why when kids go to school, they can't focus because they're starving. And it's not, and they're starving because it's usually a single mom living in the hood, struggling, working 3 jobs.
With my family. Can you imagine that? And back then, boyfriend really thought this was a dream come true. I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But
So I kind of did it backwards, but it's okay. We're gonna roll with it.
let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him.
I'm going to be real. Early on in my teenage years, and I was dating women, the treatment was severely different when I got to college and I started dating different women. Since you go to college, you have difference of you have more women out of the country. And so whenever I was dating women out of the country or from different cultures, you would instantly see the difference. And then you're like, damn, like I'm not used to this. But if this is how it's supposed to be, I can't never go back to what I had. So I know I've witnessed that before. And I know some of you guys have witnessed that before as well. It's like with women with lifestyle. When she dated a guy that makes a certain amount of money, she's never going to go back to being or dating a guy that's broke. It's the same thing with us. When we get treated well by a woman, we're never going to go back to bad treatment by a woman. So that's not far-fetched.
I didn't interrupt them.
Now you can find some black women that treat you right. I'm not saying that because I've had that experience too. But there's some truth in what she's saying.
Because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say.
American women do have a tendency to talk over you, be more masculine. You know, they're more strong and independent, trying to get their careers going. They're taught by propaganda that men have been holding you back this whole time. So you're holding back your talents and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, they're more vocal and disrespectful in their speech sometimes than other races or other women of different cultures. And the women from different cultures, they don't act that way because, like she said, they're brought up a certain way.
Right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before
American women do not tend to do that. Not saying that you can't find it in America, but it's becoming a rarity. That's for sure. And once you have that treatment, like I've witnessed it, you can't ever go back.
Or I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, I already.
So yeah, if you're not on that same plan as this woman right here, this woman right here will take your man. And she's going to treat him right. If you're not willing to compete, she's attractive. Not only is she attractive, but she's cooperating with the man. In another video, she said she even brought him over to her country and took him on different trips and stuff just to try to impress him. So women have to compete in the world to get a good mate, just how us as men have to compete in the world to get an attractive quality woman. It goes both ways. So if you're not willing to compete, the person that you're dating will leave you to a person like this. She's right. So that's my video. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good day, good week. Don't forget, on your way out, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, like the video, and I'll see you guys next one, man. Peace.